Hey there, Demi here. I've decided that one thing I want to do this year is what I call semi-casuals, where I just kind of sit and yap for a little bit. Mainly because, like, on my channel, I don't really have much other than my VODs, and I don't know. Th this is unscripted, by the way. I don't script anything, but so yeah. As for what I want to talk about today, since it is the beginning of the year, I want to talk about goals. Also, this is my casual at home outfit because I like it. I might have other outfits too, depends on what I feel like, because, I just woke up. Anyway, um, but yeah, I was thinking about like goals and stuff like that and stuff that's pretty achievable. I was on watching someone else's stream recently where they were talking about seasons because they got that idea from G GP something gray. I'll probably link it below or something. But yeah, it was talking about instead of putting like a hard goal, like to lose weight or to stop smoking, you do seasons instead, and general themes. Like so, for me, my theme this year is construction. Um, I'm gonna try and build as much as I can. I had sorry, I had a bit of a realization earlier that sometimes I either push too hard or not enough, and that kind of gets me in trouble sometimes. I want to do some world building, like actual concrete world building, not just the type I've been doing where I just talk about stuff in general, like a place where people can see stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I was also gonna build a site for commissions, but honestly, I don't think I'm at that level yet. A simple Google sheet is honestly good enough for me right now. I am not big enough to like warrant an entire ass other website. Um, for my work. I might just make a small portfolio section. Um, but yeah, my main focus is honestly going to be on getting my comic out, my newest comic. It does not have a title yet. I, I've been having a hard time coming up with a title, honestly. But yeah, I'm going to be working on that. Still going to be doing commissions. I don't have any commissions right now, but I just reopened them. Um, but yeah, I might do a little portfolio section, work on my real passion, which is the website, and my other secret projects that I talked about on stream, which I do stream on Twitch, Wednesdays and Fridays usually. And also, if well, I'm not gonna say if you like this because gonna keep doing semi-casuals anyway. But if you're interested, you could just like and subscribe. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this like once a week, just talking about whatever I feel like, honestly, because sometimes I just want to yap. So, um, but yeah, no, this is not my default outfit. This is just my home outfit. But I hope you also had a very good new year. I hope you had a good start. And if you did not, well, I hope your year improves. I know a lot of people are worried about this year, but we'll figure it out together. But yeah, I was thinking about that and also just kind of reflecting on last year. I made a lot of mistakes last year and the year before, honestly. I made a lot of mistakes, but you know what? I think I've actually learned a lot from those mistakes. I've learned a lot, I think, because last year I kind of had a lot of I had like a weird combination of inflated ego and low self-esteem. I had like a combination of the two. And it's very much like, when it comes to stuff like that, um I actually had to sit down and like digest it and learn what I really wanted to, because when you're like in the thick of it, it's actually kind of hard to see things for what they are. Like, for example, when it came to like friendships and stuff, it's very easy to just be kind of one way or the other, being like, well, if they don't do this, then I'm not gonna do that. But I kind of learned to be a little bit more moderate about it. I don't have to, not everybody has to be my friend, you know? And not, and because one bad habit I used to have, and I still do to a degree, is one bad habit I have is that I will try my best to make people feel happy to the detriment of myself. But then I'd have this hard wall that I'd smack into where I would literally do everything I can for someone and then just hit this point where I'd be like, no, I'm not doing anything for you ever again. Um, and it's kind of hard to predict where that fall is. And for me, I also am like hilariously parasocial sometimes, but more covertly. Like I will never tell somebody I'm parasocial towards them because I feel like that's that's the part where people mess up. They tell them, no, be parasocial in secret. Don't know. But sometimes I will. But like I'm usually like in my way of parasocial, it's very much the I want someone to be proud of me, you know? I want someone to like me. Because if someone likes me, if someone's proud of me, then I'm worthy of living, and that's kind of bad. Like that's kind of bad. And people would accidentally take advantage of that too. Like believe it or not, I don't really think people as are really malicious. I don't think that anyone who like, you know, tries to use me as a monster. People are just kind of like that, you know? Sometimes people just want to use me for stuff, you know? And I'm not going to go into detail what they try to use me for and what they have used me for because that would be weird. But I feel like, you know, I figuring out where my boundaries are, getting used to actually having boundaries. Because I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not used to having boundaries. So, um, but actually, like, figuring out where my boundaries are and then actually enforcing them has been hard, you know? And also just kind of letting people go because there'll be some people that I like, but honestly, I cannot be around them because they bring out the worst in me, you know? And I'm not gonna, but I don't go around telling people, I just pictures a month. Like, I'm not gonna make a Google Doc, you know? Like, because I personally think Google Docs are kind of stupid. Like, at least majority. Sometimes they will have their legitimacy, but for the most part, as someone who likes to read Google Docs, most of them are just kind of petty. Or they'll throw around you know, terms that are harsher than what's actually happening. You know, they'll make someone out to be, you know, some maniacal narcissistic psychopath when half the time they're just a selfish idiot. You know, or they're just unaware, or God forbid, just autistic or something. Don't worry, if you're autistic, I love you. But like, yeah. So I learned about that last year. That, you know, sometimes you just gotta handle things. And if someone decides to try and throw you under the bus, well, what are you gonna do? You know, like I'm not gonna lie, I low-key actually do feel like everyone has like saves all my DMs in the sense, and it because I have that thought process, I try my best not to say anything that someone can try and misconstrue, but I don't have that kind of control. You know? I don't know who's gonna try and screw me over in the future. You know? Well, I can think of like two people. Two people who probably try to screw me over in the future. I don't think they'll watch this, but if they do, hi. Hope you're doing good. You know? But like, but back to the main theme. I want to do construction. I want to build things. I want to do better with my community because I've been super terrible with my community, actually. So I want to be better about that. Um, like just do things like I during my last stream, we spent some time actually just kind of talking about what my community wants from me within reason. I'm so glad that none of them wanted me to do anything NSFW because ugh, I don't have the energy for that. I don't. I know I look like my sussy baka, but I'm just the baka part. um, but like, you know, they wanted more games from me. They wanted me, or rather, they wanted me to play more games. They wanted more outfits, more hair, lovely hair outfits. You know, because they love my hair, um, and stuff like that. You know what? And that's doable. That's very doable. You know, and yeah, I just kind of want to try and be a lot more positive and less to angry old lady. And before you start, yes, I'm old. Be like, ah, Sammy, you're not old. You're like at your 20s. I'm like, honey, I'm old as hell. I'm practically a boomer. Like, I'm not a boomer. God, sometimes I do wish I was a boomer just so I could be like, oh God, kids these days. Sadly, I am not a boomer. I'm like in that awkward, like, that weird older millennial group, which some of you will guess I'm not really that old, but I like calling myself old because I feel old. I feel like I'm 70. Like, every day I get up, all I hear is crack, punch, pop, 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 pop from my goddamn knees. But yeah, I'm just like, man, hate it when once you get past 30, everything hurts, and you want to go to sleep at 9 p.m. But yeah, also yeah, some of these times I am gonna go off track. So yeah. Anyway, I think this is pretty good for a first episode. TLDR, as the kids say. I'm going to be working on more projects. I'm going to be building my community as well as my content. I'll be trying to do these semi-casuals like once a week or so. I do not promise they will never make any sense. Sometimes I will talk about things that are relevant, and sometimes I will just talk about whatever the crap, and sometimes I'm just gonna complain. Sometimes I'm just gonna complain. Anyway, but that's it for now. Be good, behave, don't be a menace. If you're having a bad day, I hope your day gets better. And if you just woke up, then I hope you have a good day to start with. Love you, goodbye. Like and subscribe or whatever. Okay, bye.